Welcome to the Arizona Report Week in Review for the week ending January 25th, 2020. Well, the coronavirus has made landfall here in Phoenix, and frankly, I'm a little bit concerned about that. You see how quickly that spreads in China. It's got a 14-day incubation period, so, people don't know they have it until they have it. I think it's going to impact the financial markets, which will in turn put downward pressure on interest rates for home buyers. But more than that, if this starts to mushroom out of control, it could affect our red-hot housing market. So hopefully things stay in control. My name is David Meek, licensed Arizona real estate broker with Keller Williams Arizona Realty. And today, this report here on the Phoenix market starts out with a little factoid about the national real estate market that will absolutely blow your mind. Now, nationally, the inventory of homes for sale, the total number of homes available for sale around the country, is at its lowest point, its lowest level, since 1982. 1982. Incredible. There are 1.4 million units available for sale right now on the market. So an inventory crunch exists everywhere, but perhaps nowhere as profoundly as it does here in Phoenix. And one of the reasons why that is happening, here's an article from Housing Wire this week. This was published on January 23rd. It says, the title rather, home seller profits hit new high as people are staying in their homes longer than ever. So Atom Data Solutions published this report, and it says, Adams, that's ATTOM, Adams year-end 2019 U.S. home sales report states that the average American home seller took in a $65,500 profit in 2019. That's up from $58,100 in 2018 and up from $50,027 before that. It gives you an idea of, as home prices are appreciating, especially boomers have decided to stay put, and they're watching the value of their homes increase. But not a lot of those homes are coming to market, which is exacerbating the the inventory shortage problem that we have. And here's a quote from the individual at Atom Data. The nation's housing boom kept roaring along in 2019 as prices hit a new record, returning ever higher profits to home sellers and posing ever greater challenges for buyers seeking bargains. In short, it was a great year to be a seller. 2019, sure, said Todd Tata, Chief Product Officer at Atom Data Solutions. He continued, but there were signs that the market was losing some steam last year as profits and profit margins increased at the slowest pace since 2011. While low mortgage rates are propping up prices, Tata added, the declining progress suggests some uncertainty going into the 2020 buying season. And of course, we've got the stock market hitting record highs, but this is an election year, and now we've got the coronavirus. We've got to see how that shakes out. I remember reading that the SARS virus really took about 9 months to run its course in Asia, and that was a little bit scary too. So, home seller profits hit new high. Housing Wire this week. Now, this is another indicator that things in Phoenix are going gangbusters. This from azbigmedia.com. Phoenix home sales up 20% year over year. Home sales in Phoenix outpaced the national average. Now, this information comes from the RE/MAX December 2019 report. Home sales in Phoenix outpaced the national average. And again, we're leading the Case-Shiller Index out of the 20 major cities in terms of month-over-month appreciation and year-over-year price appreciation. Now, sales were up 13.5% nationwide, so real estate transactions up 13.5% nationwide. Phoenix increased almost 20% in the month of December. So transactions are going up, inventory is going down, home prices are going up. Inventory remains extremely low with just 2 months of supply inventory. What does that mean? That means if there were no homes that came up for sale today, within a 2-month period, buyers would consume all of the houses that are currently out there for sale. So we have a 2-month supply in Phoenix. What's normal? About 4 to 6 months is normal. So you can see that historically we have very low housing inventory. Now, the median home sales price in Phoenix has climbed significantly in the last couple of years. Currently, it's at $289,020. $289.20 is the median sales price for the Phoenix Metro. Now, the national average is $266,000. So we're selling hot and fast here in Phoenix, and we're selling for more. Also, posting record for 2019 was the inventory decline of 14.5% year over year. So the number of homes for sale in Phoenix has dropped by 14.5% year over year. Catherine Rager is one of my favorite real estate writers. She is the senior real estate writer at the Arizona Republic here in town, and her article this week, 1 million more people in Metro Phoenix in the next decade. Where will we put them? I enjoyed reading this. It says Metro Phoenix is expected to grow by 1 million people during the next decade. About 35% of the valley's current population lives in Phoenix proper. 34% live in the East Valley, 22% in the West Valley, and 10% in Pinal County. Now, in 25 years, Metro Phoenix is expected to grow to 7 million people. Currently, it's just under 5 million. The growth is expected to shift with the population spread out like this. 30% in Phoenix, 27% then in the East Valley, 28% in the West Valley, and 15% in Pinal County. So the West Valley and Pinal County are expected to increase their share of the population as people continue to move further east and further west. That sounds like the vectors of growth here for Phoenix. She goes on to say, Metro Phoenix's relatively affordable housing prices have long driven the region's growth, but rapidly rising home prices and rents are outpacing income gains, making the valley much less affordable. Homes priced at $300,000 or below, that valley residents making the area's median income typically can afford are already in short supply. And that's true. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Under 300,000 homes are selling almost overnight with multiple offers. To keep pace with growth, home builders need to construct more houses than they are right now with prices that new residents can afford. About 23,000 new homes are expected to go up valley-wide this year. Quote, builders can't bring enough homes to market fast enough to meet the demand now, said Arizona housing analyst Jim Belfiore at an event. Quote, that is pushing up prices and pricing out a growing number of people looking to buy. Thank you, Catherine Rager at the Arizona Republic. Thank you, Catherine. Another article here, and this is the final one that I have for you today. Single-family building permits grow by 9%. This is by Angela Gonzalez at the Phoenix Business Journal. And she writes, home builders pulled 9% more single-family building permits in 2019 than they did in 2018. In 2019, home builders pulled 24,476 single-family building permits. That was above the 22,437 permits that they pulled in 2018. Now, Jeff Gunderson is the Senior Vice President of Lennar. That's one of the largest home builders here in the Valley. And he says in the article, while the combination of it's written here, while the combination of population and job growth make Gunderson feel good about moving into 2020, labor shortages are still a challenge. Quote, we have a ton of headwinds we're constantly fighting, quote, he said, labor being our biggest challenge in this market. So land and labor still very tough to build homes here because of the shortage of buildable land and qualified labor to build those homes. Interest rates. I just checked Bankrate this afternoon. So for a purchase loan for a 30-year fixed program, you can get a 3.75% rate. That's the average around Maricopa County right now, according to Bankrate.com. And that 3.75% rate has an APR of 3.9%. Those are owner-occupant home loans with 20% down and a 740 credit score. Your loan scenario may vary. Well, that is all that I have for this week's Week in Review for the Arizona Report. My name is David Meek. If you'd like to see see more of my thoughts on the Phoenix market, feel free to visit my website. I invite you to do so at Arizona Report, report.com, or reach me here in the studio, 480-999-MOVE. That's 480-999-6683. Thank you very much for joining me this week, and we'll be back soon with another Week in Review.